Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing great. I am Sarita. Welcome to English class, and today we are going to start a new poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo, of the book Honeydew. In this poem, the poet Edward Lear tells us that if you have a difficult task which you have to get it done by others, that work can be done easily with the virtues of politeness and sweetness. So in this poem, the duck is requesting the kangaroo to take her on a ride, and she was trying to convince him to take her on a ride. So the poem is written by the poet Edward Lear, who was an artist, a musician, an author and a poet. So in this poem, the poet is telling us that with the virtues of sweetness and politeness, we can get any difficult task done by others. So let us start the poem. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop." So as I told you, the duck was quite impressed by the way the kangaroo hops. So the duck is praising the kangaroo by saying that he hops very beautifully. So the duck was quite impressed by the way the kangaroo hops. So she is just praising him by saying, "Good gracious, how you hop." Means you hop very beautifully. So here in the second line, the letter G is repeated. So the figure of speech is alliteration because of the repetition of the letter G. And over the fields and the water too. Now the duck is praising the kangaroo, and she is saying that he is able to hop over the fields as well as over the water. But duck was confined inside the pond and she could not hop. So that's why she was praising the kangaroo as if you never would stop. And again she is praising the kangaroo and saying that it seems like that you would never stop. So you hop continuously and you never stop also. And the way you hop is quite impressive. My life is a bore in the nasty pond. Now she started telling about her own life. And her life was a boring life in a nasty pond. In that nasty pond, because she was confined in that pond itself. She cannot go beyond that pond. That's why she was bored inside the same pond. And the kangaroo can hop everywhere. So she was just comparing her life with the life of kangaroo. "I wish I could hop like you." Now she wishes that she could also hop like the kangaroo. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Please give me a ride on your back." Now duck started requesting the kangaroo because she cannot go out of the pond and she cannot hop like kangaroo. She is telling to the kangaroo that, and she is requesting to give her a ride on his back. Said the duck to the kangaroo. So let us try to find out the rhyming scheme of the poem. This is the first line. The last word is kangaroo. Let us take it as A. Then the second word of the second line is hope. So this is taken as A. Let us take hope as B. Then in the third line there is 2. 2 is rhyming with kangaroo. So it becomes A again. Then stop is rhyming with hop. It becomes B. Then pond is not rhyming with any of these words. So let us take it as C. Then beyond is rhyming with pond. So we will take it again as C. Then U is rhyming with kangaroo. So we can take it as A. Then kangaroo, it is rhyming with this word. So we can take it as A. So let us find out the rhyming scheme of the first paragraph. A, B, C, C, A. So this is how we can find out the rhyming schemes for the other paragraphs also. And one more thing you can notice in this paragraph, the first line, said the duck to the kangaroo, is repeated again at the end of the paragraph. So such repetition of lines are called as refrain. Refrain means when a sentence is repeated continuously in the poem or at the end of the paragraph. This figure of speech is called as refrain, when a sentence is repeated to give the musical sense to the poem. So that's why again here this sentence is repeated. So this sentence is repeated throughout the poem. So let us move on to the next paragraph. Said the duck to the kangaroo, I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack. Now the duck very politely requesting the kangaroo that she would sit quite still. She would not speak anything and she would sit quietly on his back. And she would only say quack. You know the sound of the duck is quack. So she would say only quack and she would not say anything. She would not disturb the kangaroo. So she is requesting the kangaroo to give her a ride on his back the whole of the long day through. And throughout the day she would not speak anything. Only she would be speaking quack. And she is requesting the kangaroo to give her a ride on his back. Let us move on to the next line. And we would go to the Jelly Bolly over the land and over the sea. Now the duck is saying that they will be going to these places. Which are the places? Jelly Bolly and D. So this is an imaginary place where they would go and they would have fun. So Jelly Bolly is the name of a place which is an imaginary place. Just they are imagining about that place which is very beautiful. So they would go there over the land and over the sea. They would be going over the land and over the sea. So they will be traveling continuously. Please take me on a ride, oh do. And she again politely requesting to the kangaroo that take her on a ride. Please take her on a ride on his back. Said the duck to the kangaroo. Again the same sentence is repeated. So the figure of speech here is refrain. The same sentence is repeated again. Now said the kangaroo to the duck. Till now duck was requesting to the kangaroo. But now kangaroo replied to the duck. Said the kangaroo to the duck. This requires a little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. Now the kangaroo said to the duck that let me think for some time. After thinking for some time, the kangaroo replied that I would take you with me and it would be good for me also. Bring me luck means it would be good for the kangaroo also. And now in this line, letter R is repeated. So it becomes alliteration. When a letter is repeated in the same line again, then that figure of speech is called as alliteration. So here the letter R is repeated. So it becomes alliteration. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. So the kangaroo, after thinking for some time, he said that it would be good for him also. And 3, and there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold. Now the kangaroo had an objection. What was the objection? He was saying that if the duck would allow him to speak boldly, the kangaroo had an objection to take her on a ride. What was the objection? Your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. The duck's feet are wet and cold because she always remains in water. So that's why her feet, her webbed feet are wet and cold. and would probably give me the rheumatism. And those cold feet of the duck can give the kangaroo rheumatism. Rheumatism is a kind of disease which is related to bones. So, because of the cold and wet feet of the duck, the kangaroo might develop that disease, might suffer from that disease, and would probably give me the rheumatism, said the kangaroo. So the kangaroo had this objection of taking her to a ride. So the kangaroo boldly told about his objection to the duck. So let us move on to the next paragraph. So in the next line, the duck was replying to the kangaroo. She is saying, as I sat on the rocks, I thought over it completely. Now the duck had already planned about the trip, and she had thought over it already. And now she was saying, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. And then she told the kangaroo that she had bought 4 pairs of worsted socks. Worsted means woolen socks. So she had already bought woolen socks, that too 4 pairs of woolen socks which fit my webbed feet neatly, and she would be putting on those socks into her webbed feet so that her feet would not be cold. And to keep out the cold, I have bought a cloak. Now, to keep out the cold, she had bought a cloak, that is a long garment through which we can protect ourselves from the cold. So that cloak also, that long garment also she had bought with the pairs of woolen socks. So here, and every day a cigar I will smoke, and in order to keep the cold out, she would also smoke a cigar, so that she would keep herself warm and the cold could not go to the kangaroo. So here now and word is repeated. This kind of repetition is called as anaphora because the same word is repeated in the consecutive lines. This figure of speech is called as anaphora. All to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo, and all these things the duck had done because of the love of a kangaroo, because she loved him too much. That's why she had bought 4 pairs of woolen socks and a cloak, so that she can protect herself as well as the kangaroo from the cold. Said the kangaroo, I am ready. Now this kangaroo was ready because the objection, the problem was solved, which he was having earlier, it was solved. So now he was ready to give her a ride on his back, all in the moonlight pale. And when they started, in the moonlight pale, means in the pale light of the moon. At night they started for their journey. But to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady. Now again the kangaroo said to the duck that she should sit steady, means she should not speak anything, she should not move herself here and there, and she should sit quietly and still. Without moving, she should still on his back. But to balance, the letter B is repeated. So again it is an alliteration. Dear duck, the letter D is repeated. It's an alliteration. Then S letter is repeated here, sit steady me. Then it is also alliteration. And quite at the end of my tail. And kangaroo instructed her to sit at the end of his tail so that he can balance himself well. So away they went with a hop, and they both started their journey with a hop and a bound, and they hopped the whole world there 3 times round. And the whole world they have travelled, and they had travelled the world 3 times. They have taken 3 rounds. And And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo. And in the whole world, there was no one who was so much happy as the duck and the kangaroo. So again, and word is repeated here in the consecutive lines. So again, it's an anaphora. So now I hope you have understood the poem. Let's have a small recap of the poem. In this poem, the poet is giving a message that if we want a difficult task to be done by others, or we should get it done by others, then we should be polite and we should be sweet enough to tell them about that difficult task. So in this poem, the duck was requesting the kangaroo continuously to take her on a ride, and the kangaroo was also ready to take her on a ride, but he was having only one objection, that he might get cold because of the wet and cold feet of the duck. But now the duck convinces him, saying that she had bought 4 pairs of woolen socks, and so that she can protect herself as well as the kangaroo from the cold. So she told him about the woolen socks, and she had bought a long garment also, and she would not be suffering from the cold, and she would also protect kangaroo from the cold. So now kangaroo was ready to take her with him, and then lastly they started their journey in the moonlight, and they traveled the whole world 3 times, and finally they both were very happy. So this was all about the poem. Hope you have understood, children. If you have any doubts, you can call me or you can message me. Till then, take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.